Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, it supports me. Well, today I'm going to be talking about the quickest, easiest jobs to get once you arrive in America as an immigrant. Well, if you are low class, let's not even talk about being a low class, because you see, when you come over here, you have to start from somewhere. Whether you are a doctor back in Kenya or back in your country, wherever you came from, there at least you have to start from somewhere. And especially if you come here as an immigrant, like through the TV lottery, you're not coming here like you have maybe you're not coming here to like through work permit or something like that, or maybe your spouse, something like that. So if you're coming here as an immigrant, there are jobs that are easy to get and to start with. But just keep in mind that when you come in here, those jobs, when you go to apply for job, first they do ask for identity. You have to prove that you are who you are. And some companies, some jobs, they require you to provide two forms of identity. So when you arrive here, it's advisable that you go to the human services or government services. I think it's government services office, and apply for your social security number, social security card. So when you do apply that, normally it takes 1 to 2 weeks for you to get it. Some people, they never apply for it. It's just they arrive, and even before, when they're maybe still relaxing, experiencing this jet lag and getting used to environment and the weather and everything, and they just receive it in the mails of where they are living. But some people, they have to wait, and so at one point maybe they are forced to go out and apply for it. So it's advisable, you don't need to wait. You don't know whether when you arrive it will come like within a week, or you will have to wait and go to the government services and apply for it. So first thing first, when you arrive, go apply for it. And if while you are waiting, maybe if you knew how to drive, or when you come here, all you need to do is maybe study, do some learning. There's a book, or you go online and learn your driving skills. There's online skill. There's the technical skills, where like you have to be there and drive, and there's written skills. So as you're doing that, that way when you go to the driving test, and you pass, you're given your driver license. And the driver license over here, it's a form of ID. So you can use that, but if you're not planning to get your driver license as soon as you can, or if you're not planning to get it maybe within the first few months, within the first 1 year when you arrive, then you can go to the DMP, that is the driving motor vehicle, something like that, and you apply for the state ID. That way when you're applying for job, and in case they ask for two form of identity, you can provide that. And I'm saying this because it's not advisable for you to be carrying your passport, or for you to be carrying your green card once you receive it with you when you are going for jobs, because you never know, you might misplace it, or you might lose it, and applying it or replacing it's a process that might be hectic. So it's better for you to use your social security number, for you to use your social security card and your driver license. Also, social security, I think it has a limitation of the number of how many times you can, the number of times you can replace it. It's kind of limited. So even that card, you need to keep it safe. Probably you take a picture and you have it on your Google Docs, on your phone, wherever, whichever means that you want to have it, just like as a soft copy. So once you have that, you're good to go. You can apply to job as many as you want. The ones that you feel like you can perform, you can apply, depending on the qualification, on what they want. So easiest jobs to get over here, there are stores. Like over here there are so many stores, stores for paint, store for like hardware, electrical shops, grocery stores. But I think most cases they are general stores. We have the gas stations, we have the restaurant and the food stores. So those are the kind of the jobs that you can apply. You can also apply as homekeeper, housekeeping, not homekeeper, I'm sorry. You can apply also for housekeeping jobs. Yeah, so depending on the quality, because most of them they require just maybe a high school diploma, which if you're coming here through a green card, I think the minimum requirement of education is like high school. They require high school as a minimum education. So definitely you have your high school diploma, so you are good to go. You can apply. So that's it. And once you apply, now you know whatever that you want to do, you want to pursue. If you want to get into nursing, if you want to get into finance, accounting, whichever field that you want to get into, these are just the stepping stone. Because you see, when you come, for you to be a nurse here, you have to be there's a process. You have to go to school and as a CNA. And speaking of that, you can also work as a CNA, as a nurse aide. But over here, you won't work as a nurse aide. Probably you might work as a PCA, personal care assistant, something like that, in maybe in someone's house or in a facility. But then, because some facility, they will take you and then they will give you they will sponsor you to get, or they will train you. They will sponsor you, they will train you, and then you will have your tests. You will do your state test and be certified as a nurse aide. That one, it takes between some state they do it for 2 weeks. Some they take it's like a month, full time, a whole month. So depending on where you are, you can also work as a nurse aide. But you don't have to stay there. You don't have to be grounded there. There's always room for improvement. There's room for growth. So once you learn yourself, because this is just a starting point, because at one point you will need money to pay for your service provider for your phone. You will need money to pay for your gas, for the groceries. At one point you feel like you want to move out of your host place and get your own apartment. And apartments here, they're not that cheap. Most apartments you pay $500 and above. That is for one bedroom. So depending on depending on the area where you are, depending on the state and depending on the location, because if you are near social amenities, like you are near downtown and all that, the rent will be a little bit high. So you need a certain point. And once you're there, if you want to become a nurse, go pursue. If you're already working in a nursing home and you're a nurse aide, then you can start enrolling or looking for a school. And you need to look for good schools that you can be able to start schooling, that don't require so much, like that. then you start progressing slowly by slowly and become whatever you want to be, especially if you are young. If you want to pursue accounting, there are schools here, they are easily and readily available for you. If you want to be auditor, whatever you want to be, some they want to be engineers, you can always pursue whatever you want. Some people, and especially men, when they come here, most of them, they don't like working as a nurse. That is working in nursing home, hospital as nurse. So when it comes to men, they prefer getting their driving license, and they do, I think they do the complex part. They do is what we call commercial CDL, commercial driving license. And so when they get that, they can be hired to drive trucks, maybe for deliveries. You can maybe get maybe a Kenyan, or some people, some immigrants that have stayed over here and they have settled and they have their own companies. They can hire you as drivers, and maybe you are doing deliveries. Some people, they also do the Uber, but now when it's come to Uber, again, as I said, Uber, I think Uber Eats, Uber, there are those just services for like Ubering, that is car hire. I'm forgetting the names. All those kind of the services like that needs just these small cars, like in town, or in town services. Yeah, some they can do that. Yeah, so depending on what you want to do, but whatever that you start with, don't stick there. Just try your best to move forward, to strive. If you have a family, when you come here, if you have kids, when you enroll them in school and you're working and all that, try to get some times to further your education, to improve yourself. That way you can at least be able to move up the ladder. And because the more you move up the ladder in terms of maybe of your education, in terms of your work experience and all the stuff, the more you earn. So other than that, I don't know what else I can share. If you're already here, or wherever you are, maybe in Canada, in South Africa, wherever part of the world you are, you can share your experience. I'll be talking maybe in the next video. I might be sharing my experience, how I got my first job, my experience, how I felt, and all the stuff. Other than that, I really appreciate you checking in. Thanks again for watching up to this far. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe if you like this information, and hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified when I post next time. Otherwise, bye bye, see you next time.